This is a sad tale, but one I have to tell, to try to understand what people mean when they say hell, because we've only got this one life and we all want to defend it. Hell must be where you have to be if you want to end it. This is a story of tragic demise, and as the curtains rise we see a girl with weary eyes, but we see no tears, they've all been spent. The world has left her spirit torn, broken and bent. Maybe she never knew love, maybe she knew too much, and the drugs that she took only worked as a crutch. She's got no family, at least it feels that way. Everywhere she looks she sees the evidence of slow decay. For her there is no beauty, no goodness on the earth. Life has been a misery since the day her mum gave birth. She tries to see the future but can't get past the present. She's thinking that her troubles could be over in a moment. It's the harmful trigger, it's the very next pill, it's the tightening noose, it's the leap from the windowsill. I wonder if it's peace as your soul is released. Do all your troubles cease? Can you exercise the beast? The moment between life and death, the moment between decision and your last breath. In that moment as the bullet busts your brain, I bet you see the truth as you break your chains. Truth is, this girl never had a chance, just an innocent victim of a cruel circumstance. Looking at her now you can only feel pity, but she recalls when all the boys thought that she was pretty. But it wasn't just the boys who lusted for her touch. Daddy would explain that he loved her too much, but what her daddy did to her filled her with hate. What her daddy did to her sealed her fate. She ran away from home, she was cold and afraid. She needed to eat, so she fell into the oldest trade. The only joy she found, she had to shoot into a vein. And she's starting to feel the itch again. But now the drugs don't work, they're her daily curse. But she really needs a hit, and her shakes are getting worse. So she's walking the street, selling pussy or head. In the moment of release, she wishes she was dead. It's the harmful trigger, it's the very next pill, it's the tightening noose, it's the leap from the windowsill. I wonder if it's peace as your soul is released. Do all your troubles cease? Can you exercise the beast? The moment between life and death, the moment between decision and your last breath. In that moment as the bullets bust your brain, bet you see the truth as you break your chains. So she saves up all her money for a final hit. The strap is tightened and the light is lit. The plunger is drawn and the skin is cut. She sees her daddy's face even though her eyes are shut, and she knows she should be crying but the tears never come. She ends her own life with the push of a thumb. What comes next no man can ever tell, but I've never seen no evidence of heaven or hell. If there is a hell, I think this girl was already there. How can there be a heaven if God doesn't care? The only heaven that this girl could ever attain was in that moment as she quit this mortal plane. For that one brief moment, no chance to survive. It's a different existence, not dead, not alive. But for me, that moment holds no appeal. There's no hurt that my friends and family couldn't heal. It's the harmful trigger, it's the very next pill, it's the tightening noose, it's a leap from the windowsill. I wonder if it's peace as your soul is released. Do all your troubles cease? Can you exercise the beast? The moment between life and death, the moment between decision and your last breath. In that moment as the bullets bust your brain, bet you see the truth as you break your chains. If there is a hell, I think this girl was already there. How can there be a heaven if God doesn't care? The only heaven that this girl could ever attain was in that moment as she quit this mortal plane. That moment between life and death, that moment between decision and your last breath. In that moment as the bullets bust your brain, bet you see the truth as you break your chains.